Hello everyone, hope you people are doing well. We are announcing a new batch for Playwright course using JavaScript and TypeScript. We are starting it on 11th of December at 8 p.m. IST. Here are the course content that will be covering up in terms of Playwright using JavaScript and TypeScript. So this is a course that we have developed for Playwright JavaScript, where in terms of initially we'll be starting with the complete JavaScript from scratch, where we'll cover up like what is JavaScript, different data types that we have available in JavaScript, variables, operators in JavaScript, statements, loops, how do we create a functions, what are the advantages that we have to create a functions. We'll also see like how do we create object, different types of object, how we create in JavaScript, what are arrays, strings, arrow functions, and asynchronous in terms of JavaScript. If you talk about TypeScript, we'll be going through with the TypeScript fundamentals for the automation, which will be like again understanding the TypeScript from scratch. So for that also I have complete different course. In terms of Playwright, the courses will be similar, whereas in terms of TypeScript, we'll be going through with the TypeScript from scratch, data types, variables, statements, loops, functions, object creations, arrays, arrow functions, asynchronous, which is async and await. We'll also try to understand enums in terms of TypeScript and classes. How do we create a classes in terms of TypeScript? And apart from that, we have also designed a course for the Playwright, which we will be starting with the introduction of Playwright. What is Playwright? What are the different advantages, architecture of Playwright, and so on. And then we'll go through with the prerequisite to start with the Playwright. We'll try to set up the Playwright environment in local. And after that, we'll move to the Playwright automation code concept, where we'll be creating a project to write all the test script that we'll be writing using Playwright using like JavaScript or TypeScript. So we'll cover everything in details, including like how do we install, how do we set up the environment, how do we create a project, importance of test annotation, async and await keywords, understanding browser context, browser and page fixtures in terms of Playwright. We'll go in detail and deep level understanding of what is configuration file. And then we'll also try to run one single test case in different multiple browsers. After completion of a basic part, we'll go through with understanding what are locators that we have, different types of locator that it supports, Playwright specific get by locators, different methods that we have, and then the auto waiting concept that Playwright has given, where we basically do not have to now wait for an element. Playwright will automatically be able to handle those scenarios. After that, we'll move to the UI component, where we'll try to check like the drop-down handlings, various other operations like radio button, checkbox, child windows, dynamic elements handling, auto-suggestive drop-down handling, assertions, how do we write the assertions, end-to-end automation script in terms of Playwright. We'll go through with few of the tools that Playwright had given, which is Playwright Inspector, Trace Viewers, and Record and Playback tools, which is also known as Code Jam. So we'll also cover up those things as well as a part of course. And after that, we'll move towards like some of the mouse operations like click, right click, context click, mouse over on an element, validation of hidden elements, pop-up validation, pop-up handling, how do we handle the pop-up using Playwright, frames handling, handling like file uploads for a single file and multiple files, shadow down elements handling, and so on. After completion of the advanced level of UI in terms of Playwright, we'll also cover up a basic part of API testing, which first we will be covering up using the Postman. And after completion of Postman, we'll go through with the Playwright API automation for a basic validation of the API, where we'll try to get like what is Playwright request method, response validation, parsing API responses. We will try to write a script which will be a combination of web and API as a mix. And after completion of API test, like basics of API, we'll also try to see like Playwright supports a visual testing. So how do we generally do a visual testing using Playwright? We'll also see like how can we take the screenshot of a page and of a specific element. But in general, Playwright automatically take the screenshot of the pages. After completion of visual testing, we'll move towards a framework generation where we'll be working with different frameworks. The one and most important and the most famous in the organization in the market is page object model. So we'll be developing page object model from scratch. And inside the framework itself, we'll also see like how do we get the data from the JSON file, how do we parameterize the test case, how can we configure the project for the framework development, how do we retries for failed test cases, how can we run test case in parallel and serial mode. And we'll also try to generate a different report as a part of the courses where we'll cover up like HTML report and LU report generation for Playwright automation. We'll also cover GitHub action, which is GitHub basically, which is the version control. And as a part of CI/CD pipeline, we'll also try to set it up like complete Jenkins from scratch, and we'll try to run whatever we have developed, what we will be developing as a part course content. So that will be running as a part of CI/CD pipeline. After completion of CI/CD pipeline, we'll also go for another framework development, which is BDD Cucumber. So we'll try to go through with again in detail for the BDD Cucumber as well. So these are the complete course content that we have developed for Playwright using JavaScript and TypeScript. We have also schedules that we have generated over here for JavaScript and TypeScript. So for the first 2 weeks of time, that means day 1 to day 2, will be specifically for JavaScript or TypeScript. And from day 11 onwards, whatever the course content that we have gone through, that we have categorized what we will be covering up as a part of day-to-day sessions. So every day there will be 1 hour of session, which will be from 8 p.m. IST to 9 p.m. IST. And we'll be covering up based on whatever the schedule that we have prepared over here. I'll share this course content that we have gone through just now, as well as the schedule in the comment. From there also, you can check it out. And also in the description of this particular recording, you'll also get the content as well as the complete schedule. So overall, daily sessions will be for 1 hour, and overall the total session will be for somewhere in between 32 to 35 days of time. That means considering from Monday to Friday, the total session will consist of 32 to 35 hours of time for complete Playwright using JavaScript or TypeScript. Okay, so we are starting this batch on coming Wednesday, which is on 11th of December. We'll be starting with demo on 11th of December, and from 12th of December, we'll be starting with the regular sessions. So if you're interested in joining Playwright, either using JavaScript or TypeScript, feel free to contact me on the form that I'm attaching over here inside the description as well as in the comment, so that you can reach out to me over there as well. Okay. So thanks everyone, and hope to see you people inside the course. Thanks a lot.